everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Today's video is going to be a will I buy it video. I haven't done one of these in about a month or so, and I enjoy doing these when new and upcoming palettes or other makeup products are coming out. I find it to be very interesting to kind of break down the individual product, really analyze the formulation, the kind of hype behind it, and also the breakdown of the colors and if I would need it in my collection. So that's why I love doing these videos, and I was inspired by another YouTuber. I will have all her information down below for you. If you're interested in watching her will I buy it videos, I think she started that trend and it was kind of a spin-off of some of the anti-hauls. So I will go ahead and link that down below for you. But we are going to be talking about the Subculture palette from ABH today and really seeing if I want to buy it or not. So if you want to see if I'm going to buy it, just keep on watching. So first off, let's go ahead and just show you what the palette looks like. We have gotten a sneak peek last night of the actual outside of it as well as the inside. It is called the Subculture palette. It's supposed to be the follow-up to the Modern Renaissance. To me, in this picture, it does look like the outside is going to be the same kind of velvet outside, but it is going to be blue instead, or like more of a bluish green color. The lettering is in all yellow, and of course it has the Anastasia Beverly Hills logo. It is the same breakdown of product and grams from what I can see here as the Modern Renaissance. I do see that there are some old favorites. Fudge is in this particular palette, Dawn, and a couple other ones that are trickled in that I believe that you can still get as individual shadows. So looking at this palette, there are only two glitter shadows that are shiny. There's Adorn and Electric. Electric is more of a green color, Adorn is more of a coppery orange color, and all the rest are mattes. I don't know how I feel about that. I do love matte shades, as you all know if you've been around for a while. I'm really into my matte shadows. I don't like a whole lot of glitter or fallout, so I kind of stick to my matte shades for the most part. I would like to have maybe a little bit more glitter in this palette, which you would never ever hear me say ever. But for this particular palette, I do believe that there should be more of an equal balance between shimmer shades and matte shades. The Modern Renaissance is beautiful the way that it's set up. It's got a gorgeous theme to it. You really know what you're going to be getting with these, and the formulation I'm sure is exactly the same as the Modern Renaissance in this particular palette. But for me, there is some pros and cons to this. With the Modern Renaissance, you do get a nice variation of color. You also know what the theme is. Obviously, this is well put together. Everybody and their mama has it. If not, they should, because it is absolutely gorgeous. There are only two shimmer shades in this palette as well as the Subculture palette, but I feel like this one has a little bit more cohesiveness to it. Unfortunately, I do not find this new one, the Subculture palette, does have the same kind of cohesiveness as the Modern Renaissance. I do think that there are some shades that could be taken out and replaced to give it more of a cohesive look. I feel like the ones that could be removed from this palette and replaced with something better is All-Star, Foxy, Rowdy, and Mercury. So there are four different ones that I would take out and maybe replace with something else. I would really love to see a taupe shadow in here. Also, I would like to see a champagne shimmer in here, and I think that a matte black would be fantastic, and that a really rich emerald green that has shimmer in it, and I think that that would make this palette so beautiful. I think it would give it so much more life, and I think it would be a little bit more cohesive than what we have in this picture. I'm going to go ahead and show you the swatches that I found online of this palette. We can go ahead and talk about those in just a second. So a lot of these swatches are what you would expect from ABH when you are buying their single shadows, or if you're buying one of their palettes. I find that this one, as well as the Makeup by Mario palettes, are honestly well thought out, well put together, have amazing pigmentation, and they are everything that you would ever want. I don't think that this palette is going to be as widely received as these other two, just for the pure fact that already there is a lot of pros and cons going on. There is kind of mixed reviews, and this thing hasn't even been released yet. The release date, from what I understand, is on the 25th of July, so that is coming up. And I don't know if it's going to be as well reviewed by some of the influencers on YouTube as the Modern Renaissance. I'm sure that there's going to be some glowing reviews from people who are in the millions of subscribers, because honestly, a lot of the time they're getting sent PR, so they do find the need to kind of say better things about it. But if you're watching smaller YouTubers, I think that those are going to be the brutally honest reviews that you're going to be watching on YouTube, giving you the real rundown about the colors and everything. Honestly, from my perspective, I don't think that it's going to be as well received. I will be purchasing it because I do want to test it out. I do want to see kind of the swatches and the colors. Plus, I did pass on the Jaclyn Hill palette, the Naked Heat palette, as well as the Noodle Rock Pro Unzipped palettes, the 3 that just came out. I did pass on all of those, so I think I will be purchasing this one, as well as the Colored Rain palette when that one comes out. I'll be purchasing that, I believe that's late August when that one will be released. And the reason why I did pass on the other ones was just for one reason or another, but I think that the Subculture one will be very interesting to kind of see how it will be reviewed on YouTube. I will be purchasing it because I do know the formulation of the ABH powders. I understand what I'm going to be getting when I purchase it, and I think that because of the quality makes me want to buy it more than it is the actual palette, which I know I'll probably be pulling in other colors to this palette to create a look. I have a feeling that I'm going to be pulling in other colors, which is fine. I mean, that happens sometimes, but if you're looking for a full palette, this is going to be your best purchase, because you can make so many different looks with this, because there's a lot of options with this one as well. My final thoughts on the whole thing are, as a follow-up to the Modern Renaissance, I was really hoping this palette was going to be its sexy older sister, that it was going to really kind of knock my socks off or make me do a double take, and it did not. It wasn't something that's putting me on the edge of my seat, making me want to buy it immediately, or gives me the feels. If you look at a palette and you do a double take, or if you're over there and you're like, oh my god, I have to have it, that is one of those things that it gives me goosebumps, it gives me chills, it gives me excitement. Like, this palette just doesn't do it for me, unfortunately, but I really do like the formulation, and I do like certain shades in this palette, so I probably will be picking it up, just because I did pass on a lot of other stuff this season. If you guys would like to see a review, comparison, and swatches of this new palette that is coming out, please go ahead and leave me a comment below, give me a big thumbs up, and I will know that that's what you want to see. Hopefully this was helpful on your shopping journey, and if you'd like me to review or talk about another palette that might be coming out soon, please go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I love you guys so much. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell for notifications of upcoming videos, because we have a lot coming up. I love you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!